Alright, so this. The eccentric new girl, the lovable dum dum, the jock, the nerd. These are all character archetypes. They're character tropes that you'll see in sitcoms or movies. They're kind of just modes that you want actors to fit into. They're also roles that are kind of just slowly disappearing. The eccentric new girl has died. Yeah, this is post editing and everything. I made a mistake. I didn't mean the eccentric new girl. I meant the maniac pixie dream girl. This is basically the eccentric, quirky girl that's the love interest to like one of the male protagonists. The lovable dum dum's not really seen unless you're watching a kids show. Same with the jock. And the nerd, still holding on strong, but it's starting to lose its worth. But I'm not here really to talk about that. Today, we're just talking about my favorite character archetype. The scumbag, the asshole, the absolute piece of shit. That is my favorite character. Usually the most entertaining people on screen, but also being, at least in my opinion, one of the more harder roles to play. Not only for the actor to have to say and do sleazy things, but also they have to do it with a certain level of charm and charisma so that it comes off as funny and enjoyable. Because if it doesn't, you can go from being a Barney Stinson to Dennis Reynolds. Both entertaining characters, but Barney's likable while Dennis really isn't. This character is also my favorite because there's always so much more to them. Like, even though they usually exude like self-assuredness and like confidence, is that the right word? Exudes? Exude? Hold on, let me look this up quick. Like,
exude.
I was right. They usually exude self-assurance and self-confidence, but when they break, you see that they're so much more flawed and so much more like human. Like, have you ever seen How Much Your Mother? So Barney ends up like having dinner with his father, who he hadn't seen in years, and he ends up having like a breakdown. And so, you know what? I'm gonna start the scene. This is a good scene.
Barney, what is going on?
This is mine.
I don't understand.
JJ gets a childhood, a dad, a real family, and a basketball hoop? No. I at least get the hoop. I'm taking it with me.
Please, just come down and talk to me.
Why? Why should I? You're lame, okay? You're just some lame suburban dad.
Why does that make you so mad?
Because if you were gonna be some lame suburban dad, why couldn't you have been that for me?
Exactly. See how good that scene is? Like, even though his actor Neil Patrick Harris did a great job, seeing Barney's breakdown, it humanizes him a little bit more, and it's just so much more because he's always just so self-confident and self-assured and everything. I think those are some of the best moments when like characters like these when they have the breakdown. Like, another really good moment is Russell from it's not really good, but Russell from Rules of Engagement. He ends up getting caught at a matinee, and so he's talking to one of his, I guess you could say, friends, about how he ended up here. He was like, because his parents are always busy working and stuff like that, his nanny ended up taking him to a show one day, and he just ends up falling in love with what's the word? Shows? Yeah, shows. No, what's the word? Plays. He ends up falling in love with theater plays, and it was honestly nice because we've seen a different side to Russell rather than him just being like this asshole all the time. And I think those scenes are just really good. Another thing that I really do enjoy about this sort of character is when they grow. Like, I'm a big fan of character growth. So when I see this character that's like a sleazy piece of shit become an actual person, it's honestly nice to see. Characters like Rigby, Barney, and Schmidt, they're all prime examples of this. And like, Barney had gone from being like this guy that slept around with a bunch of women and like he was a huge like womanizer, became a better person. Like, he was still Barney. He still kept all the things that we really did enjoy about his character, but he left all those other like bad parts behind. Even though he did relapse in the finale, but and then he got better because he had a daughter. My point is that Barney became a better person. Schmidt, he's a little more different. Like, even though he's within this trope, he never really played within it. And I think it has to do with like season 1, where a lot of people didn't like his character. So the writers were like, you know what? Let's make him a lot more vulnerable. Let's make him wear his emotions on the sleeve, and while keeping still that playboy, sleazy trope. You know what I mean? But he still had growing to do, and I feel like the point where like he did start like really growing was after he was exposed for cheating on Cece and Elizabeth, and he just had to become a better person along the road. I like seeing that. And then Rigby, I like seeing Rigby's growth them up. I think he's probably, out of the three of them, he probably has some of the biggest growth. Because it was because of a girl, it's because of Eileen. And I don't think that she necessarily changed him. I think that he changed himself so that he could be better fit for her. It was just nice to see. I think the thing that really hits it home for me with this character is that there are actually people like this character. Now on TV, they usually dramatize and exaggerate and everything because, you know, entertainment. Were those the right words? let's say the right. Let's go with it. Let's say the right words. But the things that they're people just like these characters. Like, have you ever seen like Too Hot to Handle? Like, I've seen only season 1. So basically, the premise of the show was that they trick like these people that like sleep around a bunch or sleazy a little bit. There are a lot of like douchebags in that show, bro. And they help them grow to better people that can fit in relationships or just become better people overall. Now, not all of them become better people, but some of the like sometimes some of the workshops are good, just so you see how vulnerable they actually are, and that they can change. And I like to see that. I like to see human growth. It's nice. If you made this far, thank you for watching. Like, I know it's rough. Like, the audio isn't the greatest, the visuals aren't the greatest, but I'm doing the best I can right now. So I can honestly use all criticisms? What's the word? Critique criticisms? Yeah, I think it's the word. Critique criticisms on how to make these videos better. Also, comment down below who is like your favorite character or your favorite character archetype or trope. I'd love to hear about them. Anyway, see you next time.